Well guys, back to our video on the channel. Today I have some more Revolt workshop review. Today, as you're trying to tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be reviewing the Emperor unit, the Emperor Goro. Yeah. So, first of all, in terms of the general look of this creation, thing I do have to say is, I don't know if you guys can really notice, but if I go ahead and go to the mutant primates and place down Goro the Giant, as you can see, this unit is actually probably one of the first, probably one of the first popular units, I guess you could say, from when the unit creator was added. Because I do remember this unit when the unit creator was added as being one of the more popular ones. And as you can see, this is the old Goro model before it had its remaster and it changed to this, which looks much better. Yeah, you can see the creator they didn't try to do a complete covering of armor. They mainly just added a bunch of spikes like on the fists, so when he punches units, right, he hits them with spikes. He has them on his shoulders, on his sides, on his shoulders, and then on his forearm, I guess that would be. I think that would be his forearm down there. On his legs, he has all the spikes back there on his legs, and on the back he has spikes. His head, either way, it's not really like a unit that was completely transformed. It's more of they weaponized this unit. But yeah, if we go and press J on the keyboard, it shows the stats for units, and you can actually see that this one actually has the stats from all the way back then as well. So the normal Goro had 3,000 health back then. You see the new Goro has 42,000, not 42,000, 4,200. Yeah, either way, go ahead and turn that off. We can get into the playtesting. Though, actually, before we get into playtesting, I'm going to put the creator of this unit on screen right now. So yeah, guys, that was the creator. Obviously, go and download his other creations, some support, because this is a pretty old unit. If I can find how old the unit is, I will go onto the workshop and try to see if I can find how old it is, and I'll put that at the end of the video if I can find out how long this unit's been on the workshop. But yeah. Yeah, let's go and get straight into it. So we're first going to do a test against a T-Rex, because this is actually probably one of the better fights I saw when playtesting the unit, to see where it balanced. Also, in case you're wondering where I would say it balances, I'd say it's around $225. I know it's a bit specific, but I'd say it's around that area of price range. So yeah, either way, and you see he's actually killing the T-Rex really well. Oh no, T-Rex got a bite in on him. You see how much damage T-Rex did right there. There you can see these spikes on his ankles kind of like come out and in, and then whenever he punches, obviously the spikes on his hands go into him, and then as you can see right there, these spikes on his forearm are doing pretty well as well. Though it actually looked like he's about to lose to a T-Rex, surprisingly. I never saw that when I playtested him. When I playtested him, he always pretty much destroyed the T-Rex. That's interesting. We're going to do Brachiosaurus as well, because I did do a test against Brachiosaurus, and it's a pretty interesting fight, I think. So, going to do this. You can see Brachiosaurus and Goro are kind of the same the way they fight. They never grab onto a unit, really. They morely do area of effect attack in terms of they don't need to make contact with a unit, really. Like Goro, even if this Brachie was completely covered in the armor from the unit creator, the Goro could still do damage because of the fact that it kind of has an area of effect attack when it punches, rather than a attack that needs to like be able to grab in and it'll lock on. Because with T-Rex, right, it has to be able to bite and get a grip and hold on to the unit. But with Goro and Brachiosaurus, they don't need to do that at all. They just need to actually hit the unit just remotely. Even if it is into armor, it'll still do damage. Oh. Don't know what just happened there. I don't know if that happened on your guys' side as well for the recording. I have to check, but game just lagged like majorly. That's interesting. Probably just the fact that this unit's so old, plus all the spikes and everything. Probably makes sense why it would lag like that. There you go. So he barely won that. Yeah, so if we go ahead and go up to the fantasy faction, this is another unit I playtested. I'm going to get rid of all the units I playtested first. That way, later in the video, you know, you have the units that I haven't seen fight them yet. So, Hydra, I saw him fought. He is a pretty even fight. the Emperor did win the last fight, but it was a very close fight, so I have a feeling it can go either way. So yeah. I mean, see, he's doing some pretty good damage. Same with the Hydra. The Emperor and the Hydra are doing pretty good damage to each other. Though, thing is with the Hydra, is once one head is out, they just lost a fifth of the damage they can do, because each head does a fifth of the damage, right? Because 5 heads, you know, so taking out a head pretty much decreases the amount of damage you're going to take by a fifth. So pretty hard and easy unit to fight. So, like, you know, at the beginning of a fight, Hydra's going to be incredibly powerful, as you can see by the amount of health the Goro lost, but towards the end of the fight, you can see the Hydra kind of just becomes useless, can't really do much because it's lost all its heads. And there you go, it's dead. So, yeah. And then we're going to do the final unit I did playtest, and then we'll go into some more units that I haven't playtested. So, I did playtest the new Goro, which is slightly more expensive than the price range I've put this Goro at. The Emperor Goro. So yeah. Either way, you can see, actually looks like the Emperor Goro is winning right now, which actually kind of a surprise. Because of my play testing, it was a very even fight, but the new Goro did win. The remastered Goro did end up winning. Which it should. I mean, if you look at its health, 4,200 health versus 3,000. Thing, I guess all those spikes combined with 3,000 health, I guess, does some pretty bad damage, or makes it a pretty powerful unit. And you still see it as a pretty even fight, though the Emperor seems to be kind of throwing the newer Goro around. Look like they're about even on health in terms of percentage wise. Obviously overall. Oh, I looked away for a second to adjust my microphone, and next thing I know, he's dead. I don't even know what happened. But either way, not a surprise, because in the playtest, the newer Goro did win as well, which, you know, obviously is a surprise. As I said, 4,200 health. But yeah, now let's get into some of the units I didn't playtest. So, let's go and test Goro Hammer. I have a feeling Goro Hammer will win this easily. Oh, or not. Actually, no, he won't. Oh yeah, I forget, the old Goro can one-shot the Goro Hammer. I don't think the new Goro can one-shot the Goro Hammer, of what I know of. But the old one could, now that I think about it. Yeah, let's go and get to a Swarm unit. So Swarm Bugs. I said he's about $220-ish worth. We'll do 180. Though I have a feeling he could take on 3 Swarm Bug rocks, because, well, I mean, just look, they're impaling themselves on his spikes. Because, yeah, look, they're trying to get his head and they're just impaling themselves, so they're probably going to end up killing themselves. Yeah, see how much damage they've all taken? And he's taking, like, nothing. Oh, he ragdolled, but I think that was mainly just him and his spikes and armor pieces kind of glitching a little bit, probably. Yeah, they're just flying into his spikes and killing themselves, so not much of a surprise that he's going to win that one easily. Little under half health, so not a surprise. I don't think he's immune to poison. The old Goro wasn't. I don't know if again, I still don't know if the unit creator can make units immune to poison, but just to test, yeah, no, he's not immune to poison. You can see he's getting poisoned, and he might not die from it, actually. He might live. Oh, he got stung again. That might kill him. No, looks like his health stopped right there. Yeah, his health stopped. Okay, so he lived through that, actually, but still, he's not immune to poison. Accidentally deleted him there. Don't really matter, though. Just get him back there. There we go. He does glitch a bit when you spawn him, but for the most part, he's pretty good. Either way, we gotta test him against some ranged units. I actually don't really normally test units against ranged units, which I probably should a bit more often, because it is, right, like, it is a way you could beat a unit if you're fighting it. But yeah, either way, we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll see. We'll actually do the Emperor versus the Emperor, see how that goes. Now, I do have a feeling this is going to be a complete slaughter. The Emperor is about to die instantly, because, yeah, archers are a bit OP. I mean, I think all the ranged units are a bit overpowered, but See, even if we delete this rear row, they probably still win. $140 versus a $225 estimate I would give for this guy. Yeah, he's still gonna die. Because, yeah, archers, I think, are probably always gonna be probably the strongest units in the game in terms of money. Yeah. Either way, let's go ahead and put him up against himself, see what he can do there. And yeah, either way, I do want to say, guys, if you did enjoy the video, also don't forget to leave, like, and subscribe. And also, if you guys do want to see more Animal Revolt content, then you can leave in the comment section battle suggestions. So if you want me to have 2 units fight each other, if you want, let's say if you want this fight right here, not really the workshop items, maybe workshop items, but more preferably units that are already in the game without the workshop, like units that are just in the game normally. But either way, you could say you want a Goro versus a Goro, right? And you want that fight, right? You could put that in the comment section, and I'll do it in probably its independent video. Its own independent video if I get enough battle sessions. If I don't get enough battle sessions, I'll probably just put some battle sessions at the end or beginning of my workshop review or update videos. Yeah. You could also request army, so you could say you want 2 Goros and 2 T-Rexes, and then with what those 4 units are equal to in terms of money, I would fight with that money, right? I would have to build an army by myself with the amount of money those 4 units cost because of their cost in game. So yeah, yeah. Either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.